In my reading, research, and experience in the subject, there are two essential qualities that all successful people have. They are self-confident, and their self-confidence is based in competence, meaning that they have skills, that they've approached life and they've learned skills, they've gotten good at some things, and they are confident in their ability to perform within the range of what they're good at. And they are also confident within reasonable limits of humility that they can learn new skills and adapt to new conditions. Now, we're in a time when the world is in upheaval is not exactly the right word, but there's certainly a lot of change going on in the economic climate and the climate of the way successful people are created. If you've been in a life where you've worked in a corporation and expected to have an abundant retirement, maybe that is slipping away. If you want to base your retirement around Social Security or 401ks and things like that, that's fine. But I suggest that perhaps you could just put in a solid 5 years perhaps and work to become competent at marketing and doing your own business, and you could then, if you choose the right kind of business, if you choose the right kind of business model and approach it with commitment and to becoming good at what you do, then you can become acceptably wealthy so you can have any kind of retirement that you want within reason. And then if you want to become extremely wealthy, you could go for a higher level of performance and enjoy the financial rewards of that, and also pay the price of being very wealthy and working very hard to generate a lot of wealth. Now let's get at the issue of how you become competent at marketing. Because if you're in business for yourself, if you become a consultant, or as I do, like copywriting and internet marketing and doing networking, you actually have to be competent, and you can take the competence that you already have, maybe people skills, maybe computer skills, maybe writing skills. There's many skills that you're probably competent at that you can simply kind of port over. You can transfer those skills over into developing new skills as a marketer for your business. When you are in business of marketing your business. It's an ongoing process, and it requires a commitment that most people who've never been in business for themselves do not grasp in their minds, because you need to be always looking for ways to be better at marketing. Now, I know that there's a message out there, going out there on the internet and with certain books and so on, saying that there's enough prosperity for everyone. And I believe that there is. There is a lot of prosperity out there. There's tremendous rivers and oceans of money to be had, and you can tap into it. However, you are not going to be able to tap into it by being mediocre. People who play at a mediocre level get mediocre rewards, and we've seen what mediocre rewards are. Let's look at getting the greater rewards, and let's look at playing at a higher level so we can get those rewards. Now, how do you get from where you are, perhaps in a place where you have skills and you're competent at your job, and maybe you're even self-confident in many ways, but you're not being rewarded because you don't have the business model in place, or you don't have the income revenue generating model in place that's rewarding you for your talents, that's rewarding you for what you're good at. So then we need to look at that. You need to look at how you can transfer the areas of competence you have, the skills that you have, over to a more lucrative model, because this is the way the marketplace is going now. The marketplace of life is one now with the internet and the accessibility of knowledge and information, where you can actually go out and market yourself, and it's cheaper and easier to get started now, I believe, than it ever was at any time. Your reach is global with the internet marketing, and you can experiment and play with things very cheaply. Now, I'm not saying that you can do all your marketing for free. That's naive. That's not a smart approach to marketing. And in fact, you will be able to win in the marketplace by being willing to actually spend on marketing where other marketers are afraid to spend. This is a phenomenon that happens in trying economic times, that many businesses scale back their marketing and refuse to invest in marketing. So people are like, with the internet, people are like, well, I'm just going to write articles and that'll drive traffic. And what they often find is that they're not making money from the article traffic. And I'm not saying the article marketing can't work, but look at what's happening. A lot of businesses have gone out of businesses. They've stopped running paid advertising, and now is a time when you can actually run paid advertising cheaper, because actually, as far as like the business opportunities and things like that, the demand is skyrocketing. I'm from California. I live in Massachusetts now, but I recently read that unemployment in California hit something like 13%. Now, that's not just all like, minimum wage workers. That's some people who have money to start a business and are looking for opportunities to start their own business and to have new careers. There's some smart people. There's some very capable people who found themselves out of work, have come to the end of the road with the part of life where you work a job. That competence can be transferred, and self-confidence comes from transferring competence. It comes from working to be competent. I became so competent at doing this by reading books about marketing and advertising, and I developed a passion for it. I started getting excited about it. I started developing skills with using the internet and things like this, and I got excited about it and would read about it and try things out and test. It's not a big deal when you're having fun. It doesn't seem like work when you're having fun doing it, when you're doing something that you're passionate and involved with. And what I say to you is that you can become passionate and involved with marketing your own business and marketing yourself as a person worthy of doing business with. And you get to that point where you feel that you're a person worthy of doing business with by developing your self-confidence. And you develop your self-confidence by developing your competence. Start developing your competence by starting to educate yourself. There are books you should read. I don't know if you're going to read them, but you should read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's okay, it's dated. You should read The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz, which is also dated, but not as dated as Napoleon Hill's book. You should also read The 12 Factors of Business Success by Kevin Hogan. That's really phenomenal, and that's a recent book. Another good one is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, and T. Harv Eker does some great seminars at different places around the country. I've been to them, and they're a lot of fun. Start looking at how you can start creating competence so you can get that confidence, get out there, market yourself, do it in a way that is you, but also meets the criteria of the marketplace. For this reason, you need to understand some marketing. You need to understand that people go with self-advantage for themselves. They're not likely to do business with you just because you seem like a nice person or an attractive person, or because you have such a wonderful opportunity you're promoting. They're going to do business with you because they believe that you're going to offer to them an advantage that they're not able to easily get elsewhere. That's what I offer. That's why I succeed. And I suggest that it's the same kind of path that you could emulate to become successful as well. Not with a gambling approach, not with a if this works type of approach, but with a certain approach that is certain to succeed because it is systematic and based upon scientific principles in advertising. And by the way, you should definitely read Scientific Advertising by Claude C. Hopkins. You should read John Capel's book. It's really cool to get into that area where you develop a level of knowledge of advertising and marketing that is superior to probably 99.8% of the people who are in business. And you can get that by just doing reading. We live in a society where people are often illiterate. They're not well prepared to learn new things, and they don't want to read books. And so you can give yourself a real competitive advantage by reading the books I suggest. For today, I'm out. This is Lauren. Thanks.